Hello everyone, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen, and today I want to give my thoughts on a certain subject. Now, we all know about the new Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks movie, right? Everyone loves it, there's a couple that are conflicted by it, and there's like a small few that hate it, and that's understandable. This movie's not for everyone, that's pretty much understandable. However, one thing I notice is that a lot of the conflicted people and the people who actually like this movie keep going on about the same thing. I know you're about to ask me, what is this? Like, for instance, okay, I understand what these guys want. The people who really like this movie and the people who are conflicted about this movie keep asking about, when will we get an actual MLP movie? Like an actual movie with the main six and the actual, Pony World, instead of the EQG world and stuff like that. I can understand why people want to see a My Little Pony movie in many cases. I do. I really do understand why people want to see an actual My Little Pony movie, because those are the characters we've gotten to know. Those are the characters that we know and love. Those are the characters that we have, journeyed with throughout the entirety of 4 seasons. But, if you ask my honest opinion, I don't think we'll ever get a My Little Pony movie. And let me present what I'm talking about. When I say that we'll probably never get a My Little Pony movie, it's due to one simple reasoning. What can they do as a story that they haven't done in the show already? Think about that for a few minutes, guys. What kind of story ideas could they do that have been done in the show before? I mean, think about it. They've already done the defeat of Nightmare Moon. They've already had Discord where, their friendship was tested and they broke apart from each other because of Discord. You had the, Queen Chrysalis almost taking over. You had King Sombra about him enslaving the Crystal Empire. You had T-Rex coming in out of nowhere, basically there to take every pony's magic. You had this weird mystical being from 1,000 years ago that Discord implanted that nearly took over all of Equestria. All of these story concepts are pretty much story concepts that would have been done in a movie if you really think about it. Because, here's the thing. All these things have been done either in 2-parters or 1-parters. And to be honest, they're all movie concepts if you really think about it. Like, look at the Pokemon movies. Most of the concepts that were done in My Little Pony have already been done in the Pokemon movies in many cases. The question still leaves in mind, what can they do in a My Little Pony movie that hasn't been done in the show itself? The same kind of instance happened with the Pokemon games. If you don't believe me, what I'm trying to say is that when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were out, everybody was asking for a console version of Pokemon. And we did get a console version of Pokemon, however, it was not what people wanted. The console version of Pokemon was not in the same style as the original Pokemon games. And people were going nuts like, why is this the original style? Why are we collecting badges and stuff like that? And the argument to that is this. The Pokemon games on handheld are meant to be played on and off, not religiously. Like, like you're on your way on the train or you're waiting at the dentist office, you could probably do a few things, level up your Pokemon, get a badge or something like that. What do you expect to do on the console games? The same thing? Wouldn't that get boring after a while, just doing the same thing in the same region? Because if you really think about it, when the Pokemon console game came out, the newest game was Ruby. Do you really want to just play a console version of Ruby? No, they decided to go for a different, idea altogether with the console versions. So, with the movies, I consider the EQG movies like the console versions of Pokemon in many cases. Because with the EQG universe, they have a lot more to work with in many cases. Because of the mysteries and the intrigue of the human world. Because, think about it, guys. The human world does have some interesting elements. Like past analysis, voice of reason, and other people said in their roundtable reviews and other stuff like that, the human world works differently with magic. Not the same as the pony world. So it is kind of interesting to see how would the magic of friendship and otherwise react in the human world opposed to how it would react in the pony world. Because we already know how magic and stuff react in the pony world at this point. So there wouldn't be much, mystery or surprise, if you really think about it, the magic in the pony world, because we've already seen most to all of it at this point. Not in the human world, however. We haven't seen all of it yet. we've seen like a good portion of it. I mean, look at the ending of Equestria Girls 1 and the ending of Equestria Girls 2. They're pretty much the same. They're almost the same when it comes to defeats, but they are different compared to the pony world. Thus, making it out that the human world is different, has a different reaction to magic. So if you really think about it, the My Little Pony show is sort of like the Pokemon games on handhelds. Those are the traditional games that everybody grew up with. Or in this case, that's the traditional show that everybody likes. While the EQG world is kind of like the Pokemon games on the GameCube, the console ones. Where they opted for a different style altogether and tried to do something different so this way they don't stay within the same traditional style. Because if you look at the EQG movies and compare them to the My Little Pony show, you would see that the story concepts are actually pretty different in many cases. This is the point I'm trying to bring out, guys. What can they do if they were to actually do an actual My Little Pony movie? And I know some people will probably say, what about time travel and stuff like that? That's a very common choice that a lot of movies go for, if you really think about it. Time travel is very commonplace when it comes to movies, and My Little Pony doing it, like, you know, it's supposed to be the show that breaks tropes and cliches, that would make it out to be cliched in many cases, because time travel is a commonplace when it comes to movies. I don't really know much else of movie concepts. I'm not saying that, you know, like the My Little Pony movie will never happen, but I kind of feel like that I don't think it should. Because if you ask my honest opinion, I don't even think we should get an actual My Little Pony movie. Because it's kind of like I said, the Pokemon games. What would happen if we got an actual traditional MLP movie? Same way if we were getting an actual traditional game, Pokemon game. It would seem out of place in many cases, if you ask me. Because, think about it, can you imagine the traditional style of Pokemon being played on a console? No. Because we've already been through it more than once, and not to mention doing it on the consoles could seem a bit mundane. What about here, though, like an actual My Little Pony movie? I don't know about you, but I think it would seem out of place, considering that they've already done all this in two-parters, and not to mention that, if you ask my honest opinion, if they were to do a movie, it would seem like that they could probably do it in a two-parter as well. Because let me ask you this, guys. What would you rather have? The 2/3-parter or the movie? Because with the 2/3-parter, at least it's a part of the main story. With the movie, it's debatable if it's in the story or not. Because everyone says that EQG is an elsewhere story, or an alternate, like, you know, an elsewhere story, not a part of the main canon. Wouldn't the movie, the MLP movie, be considered that as well, not a part of the main canon? So, it would just seem like something that wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things. At least if you ask me, because that's kind of the thing with the Pokemon movies as well. Most to all of the Pokemon movies have no bearing in the grand scheme of things. Because if you notice something, Ash never catches any new Pokemon, the stories don't really stay with him for the most part, and yada yada yada. That's what I'm trying to say, like, most of the time, movies do not follow up with the series, in many cases. There are some rare occasions where it does happen, like the Lilo and Stitch movies, where after the Lilo and Stitch movie, you had the series, and then you had another movie following up after the series ended. But then again, how would that work? I'm not saying that we will never see a My Little Pony movie, but like an actual My Little Pony movie. I'm not saying that we'll never see a My Little Pony movie, but maybe we shouldn't get one. I know that seems like a weird thing to say, but maybe we shouldn't get one. Because if we do get one, and, you know, everything I said was true, we're going to go against it. Same way how we went against the EQG universe movie. Because, here's the thing. The first EQG movie, a lot of people went into it wanting to hate it. This one, a lot of people were a lot more optimistic, and people actually came out liking it. Now, what would happen if we went into the My Little Pony movie wanting to like it, and it failed? We would have so much disrespect, we would have so much, like hatred / disappointment towards the actual series. What I'm basically saying, guys, is be careful what you wish for. Because if we actually get it, and it doesn't meet the expectation that everyone's going for, I think that's the other thing. Expectation is high right now for that movie. Now, let's say Hasbro announced it, like saying, My Little Pony movie, Extra 1 coming out. Everyone's expectations are going to go through the roof to the moon. What do you think is going to happen if it doesn't meet that expectation? Everyone's going to get disappointed badly, they're going to go against the show possibly, and not to mention, not a lot of people are going to have any hope for the next season, now will they? That's what I'm trying to say, guys. We need to be careful what we ask for. Because expectation can kill a movie. And I'm afraid that everyone's expectation for a My Little Pony movie is going to kill it in the long run if it ever happens. So this is what I'm saying. Will it ever happen? Maybe. But should we get it? I don't think so. Go ahead and leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this subject, and we'll discuss it in the comment section down below. So until next time, guys, I'm Keen947, aka Wolfkeen. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take care.